So now you can see in this image that I have a lot more completed. And really, as you're working, I got this done in just a couple minutes, so it doesn't take too long once you really get the hang and the flow of creating this low poly design. But the best advice is just to keep going. Continue to outline those different values, different areas of light and dark, and continue to work. We're going to move on to the next step though now, so that you can see how to begin starting to fill in the different values in different colors. In order to begin to start to fill in these shapes, we are going to use something called Live Paint. So before we do that, you need to select everything on this layer. So again, make sure you have all of your shapes completed just on one layer and the bottom layer is locked. And then go up to Select at the top of your screen and down to Select All. So right now I have all of this selected, and then we are going to go up to Object and down to Live Paint and then hit Make. Once you have all of your shapes created, the next step is going to be selecting everything and turning it into a live paint. So you are able to quickly sample color in one area and fill that one specific shape in. Because right now you'll notice that this is an entire shape what I have selected right now, so it would fill all of that in if I just use the regular fill on my shape. So I'm going to go up first of all to Select and then hit All, so everything is selected right now, and then I'm going to go to Object, down to Live Paint, and Make. So now everything is transferred over to Live Paint, which means that I'm able to go over to my paint bucket, which is found under the Shape Builder tool. I'm going to click on that. You'll also notice that the shortcut for the Live Paint bucket is K, and we will be using that shortcut a lot. So K for the Live Paint bucket. And then what you'll want to start out with is zooming in a little bit so you can get a really close view of your shapes here. And hold down Option on your keyboard. Select a color within one of your shapes. You want to find the majority of the colors, so a section that has a color that fits well with that box. So this color in the middle here goes really well with that shape. The majority of this shape has that same color, so I'm going to click there, and you'll notice that it automatically shows that color in this fill box. So this is the color that I'm going to use, and I can click on that and it fills that shape. So I'm just going to hold down Option, select that square, and click, and it fills in my shapes. So you can continue to go through and do this, holding down Option and clicking on your square. Just be careful again when you get to some areas where there's maybe a few colors in here, or you accidentally select a really dark value like this when the majority of the triangle is a little bit lighter. You can always resample, so you can always find a new color and fill that section with it. So you don't always have to use the first color that you grab. Play around with the colors a little bit. Try not to continue to fill in each individual triangle with the same color. So I'm not going to just try and fill in 5 next to each other with the same one. That's going to make your image look very flat, and you don't want that. You want it to look really three-dimensional. So make sure that you are resampling colors for each of the different boxes or triangles here. As you continue working, I would definitely zoom out, take a step back, see what it looks like. If there's a square or triangle that really stands out, that's when you might want to go back and try and refill it, so get a different color for that triangle. If for some reason you have a color like I do around your shapes, so some sort of stroke such as this bright blue color, if you use your selection arrow, you can select your shapes and change that stroke to none. And that's going to help you see a lot better the colors that you're filling in and what's going on in your image. Again, I would take a step back, zoom out. If you click off of your live paint over here or your shapes, you're able to see what it looks like a lot better. You could also go into your layers panel and hide your background image so you can start to see everything coming together. And again, just continue to go around, fill all of the shapes in the best you can. And then we'll move on to the last step, finishing your project when we get there.